New Orleans heads to Florida tonight in a four-way tie for the final spot in the East. Can the Claws create separation, or will the Sharks keep their ever-so-slim postseason hopes alive? The Sharks aren't the only 4-9 team out East in action tonight, but Cleveland has a much tougher test, Atlantic champion Miami. Will the Pirates need overtime a fourth time to triumph? And the El Paso Desperados are just 2 games back of the Southwest lead with 3 to play. They need to take care of business tonight against Montana, who hasn't won since May the 8th. We'll watch it all tonight in the Virtual Zone. Week 15 begins right here on the Virtual Football Network. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the glory of 3 times the football as 90 minutes of UFL action starts right now in Florida, in Cleveland, in Texas. We are underway. 3 weeks left in the regular season. That's it, folks. And we've got prime time tonight. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith, the Vegas Devils, the Fresno Bobcats, a huge game out west. We have 4 teams from out east, 2 out west playing tonight as we settle in and get you going. We're going to have all of the playoff scenarios and all the storylines to watch out for as the night goes along. Miami's got a new player in the secondary, although Miami's offense is on the field first. It's Micah Steiner at strong safety for Miami, and now I'm just double checking to make sure I said that correctly. Yeah, Micah Steiner in for Miami, so a new player on the field tonight for the Pirates, the Atlantic champions. They have clinched a playoff spot. Boletsky near a first down there. Elliott Pope Jr. drops back to throw, fires it out to the 41-yard line. That pass is caught, and El Paso has a first down. Let's jump in to the updated playoff picture as we enter into Week 15. We mentioned on Instagram earlier this week that Salt Lake has clinched a playoff spot. Miami has clinched a playoff spot. St. Louis has clinched a playoff spot, as has San Diego at 10-3. There's an interception there from Florida on the opening play up to the 30-yard line. That is Parker, Kadarius Parker, the strong safety with the interception. Just the 10th interception of Wiska Lafush's season. He is bottom 10 in the league in picks, and Parker takes that one away from O.J. Marsh, and Florida has early good starting field position. The Sharks and Claws almost playing in a torrential downpour today, but it held off, and just some overcast skies in the area in Florida. Beautiful day in Cleveland and a very hot one in El Paso. Rob Crone on a 1st and 10 has Miami up to midfield. That 4-way tie in the East includes Tennessee, New Orleans, Motor City, and Wichita. And out west, Austin, Fresno, and Phoenix are all a game back of Portland, San Jose, and Houston in the west for those final spots, as Boletsky over the middle has a first down to the Cleveland 33. A fast start for the Pirates, who currently occupy the Eastern Conference's 2nd spot. Yeah, standings are good. Joshua Durr, they're all updated on the site. The box scores should be updated sometime in the next week. We've got a plan. We, hammer them out any spare chance we get, and then we'll be good for the rest of the season. I'm a stat nerd myself, so it drives me nuts as well that some games are missing, but not as much as there were before the weekend started, as Boletsky catches a ball out of the backfield. His second grab, picking up 2, brings up 2nd down and 8. This is Joe Francis on the throw for Florida, trying to get into the red zone, but that pass is incomplete. 4th down and 9 for Florida as we await our first points of the day. Lamont Bourne on the carry, his first of the day for Miami, gets up to the Cleveland 30-yard line. Montana's got the football after an empty El Paso possession, but that first throw loses 3 yards. Elite saying lag. Elite, you should adjust your visual settings. We're looking mighty fine here from UFL headquarters. 46-yard field goal from Florida is good. And we have our first points up on the board. The Sharks get 3 points off of the interception. As Miami went long for Terrell Cooper. He almost had a one-handed look at, who is that back there? Carry-on, I guess is how you would pronounce his name, makes the swat away, so a 47-yard field goal incoming for Miami. And that kick is up, and it is good. So we've got a 46-yarder and a 47-yarder in the opening early drives of the game. Miami takes a 3-0 lead over Cleveland as that one just crosses over the bar. Anthony's looking forward to watching his Bobcats tonight, as am I. The Vegas Devils, 2-game losing streak. The Fresno Bobcats, 3-game losing streak. Something's got to give in California tonight. Two teams very much in the thick of the playoff race. Vegas has not clinched a playoff spot. They are 2 games back of Salt Lake as Whisker LaFouche has a first down for New Orleans.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Anthony mentioning the primetime voting for next week. A very interesting, one of the closest primetime voting games blocks we've had in a long time. Dakota and Portland have a 3-game lead on Austin and Phoenix coming up on Saturday, August the 9th. And it looks like Tennessee at 6 and 7 is going to get that primetime game against 8 and 5 Rochester. A monster game out east. Those currently 2 of the top 8 teams in the Great East Conference. Ray Chapatulis on the carry up to the 46-yard line on her second carry. Second down and 5 coming up for El Paso in a scoreless game in Texas.
30 base. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Motion man ended up draining all the time off the clock. Shy Ronnie over to Cash Carter. You know, before the game, Annie Beaverhausen was requesting sleeves in Cleveland, and you know, the league thought that they handled that request well. Well, it turns out Annie gave those sleeves to a fan before the game, and I guess it'll be one more week until we see Annie donning the white sleeves. How generous of Annie. In all seriousness, though, sorry about that, Annie. Must have flipped the weather in the wrong direction, so there you go. But Beaverhausen, one of the star players in Cleveland, they got a win last week in a thriller. It was the best game here on game night over Chicago. The poor Dragons at the bottom of the league at 2 and 11 after another heartbreaking loss. El Paso's got a first down up to the Montana 44-yard line. There goes Jaden Swift for Cleveland, the 46, or from the 46 for a touchdown. Bandits score and take the lead. Jaden Swift with the touchdown, and Cleveland answers back. Swift just crossing over the 1,000-yard mark on the season. His 7th rushing touchdown on the campaign. Turns around and looks at Ron Haynes and said, "I'm faster than you." Unfortunately for the Yugo players, that was a confirmed 46-yard touchdown run. So an early duplicate number there, but Cleveland is on the board. Hey, how about New Orleans? They are in scoring position. Whisker LaFouche, play action down to the 6-yard line for a first and goal for New Orleans, our first team truly in the red zone tonight. And he's in the house. Antique is here. Anthony, Micah, Zach, Robert, Ron Haynes, Joshua, Elite, Juan, and many, many others in the game night chat here as we are just getting underway. First down and goal at the 6-yard line. 6:05 to go in the first quarter. And the handoff goes to Chapatulis, chopped down at the 8-yard line. Elliott Pope Jr.'s got El Paso inside the 30 with 4:18 to go. Ron Haynes hoping to fix his slowness apparently in the coming weeks. 6 runs, 4 passes for New Orleans on their second drive in total. 5.5 to go in the first. That pass from Elliott Pope is good down to the 4, into the red zone. Handoff, Scott, touchdown New Orleans. The Claws from 8 yards out answer Florida's touchdown. It's kind of interesting. Ray was in on that last play, but comes out for fatigue. New Orleans' adjustment this week was to make sure that Ray was in the game as much as possible. She was out on a critical red zone drive against Salt Lake in their loss. They ended up getting a field goal on that drive that made it 17-10 instead of 17-14. They probably wouldn't have won the game anyway, but still wanted to make sure that Ray's on the field at all times. But it's Scott that gets the touchdown. 8-play, 74-yard drive and an 8-yard touchdown score. New Orleans takes a 7-3 lead over Florida. Cleveland up 7-3 over Miami. And on a second down and goal for El Paso, they're trying to get in from the 3-yard line. Got 1 yard on the carry. P.J. Slaughter, 8 carries in the first quarter, will make it third down and goal at the 2. Handoff on a third and goal. P.J. Slaughter into the end zone for the touchdown. Slaughter's 6th rushing touchdown in 8 games. And El Paso will take the lead from 2 yards out. Lots of scoring early on. Across game night, every team has scored except Montana. And let's go to the team closest in scoring position. That is Miami at the Cleveland 39-yard line. Wide open is Buck Wild. Past the 20, down to the 15-yard line. The Pirates striking back, trailing early on in Cleveland. Sauce K with a first down run for Florida. Extra point for El Paso is good. The Sharks and Bandits at 4-9 in most instances would be out of the playoffs, but considering as Sauce K gets another good run out to the 48-yard line, considering that the 8th place team in the East right now is 6-7, there is a small glimmer of hope that Cleveland or Florida could still make a push, a dramatic push for the playoffs and win some tiebreakers. Miami's got a second down and 3 at the 8-yard line. If you're wondering, the most important tiebreaker to win in the mess of things would be the conference record. Cleveland has a 3-6 conference record. Florida a 4-6 conference record. As Bennett, who had 5 sacks and a touchdown last week, gets the sack on Crone, makes it third down and 12. A floater from Joe Francis is caught to the New Orleans 29-yard line. First down, Sharks. That's Mark Anthony. Cleveland wins today, they would go to 4-6. If Florida wins today, they would go to 5-6 in conference. That's comparable to some of the 6-7 teams in the East. Motor City's 3-6, Wichita's 3-6, New Orleans is 5-5, Tennessee's 5-4. Just to give you an idea what the conference records look like down at the bottom of the wild card standings out in the East. Rob Crone, 3rd and 12 to the 16-yard line. That pass is intercepted in the back of the end zone. Intercepted by Corrales, and Miami comes up empty. Rob Crone's 7th interception in 14 games. And if you're wondering where the interceptions, where the 7 interceptions rank, that is second lowest. Only Matt Wilson has fewer. Matt Wilson only has 3 interceptions all season long, which is just wild. Sauce K takes the carry for 2 yards, up to 25 yards on 6 carries. Second down and 8 for Florida in the red zone. Joshua Durr feeling good, got every number so far. As Joe Francis throws a jump ball in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. A 13-yard reception. That might be the catch of the year. Mark Anthony one-on-one in the backfield with Jack Toulouse, who was The new, oh my goodness gracious, just won a jump ball. He was deemed the new shutdown corner in New Orleans. Not new, but you get what I mean. They boosted him. They expect more out of him. Mark Anthony says, it's my day today. Too small. Touchdown Florida. They take a 9-7 lead. The extra point is good for Florida. It's 10-7 Sharks. As Montana looks for their first points, they have -3 passing yards right now. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Silvertips. Their adjustment this week, they've been running a lot of screens on 3rd down and medium. It was ugly. They want to push the ball down the field in those situations. Jason Williams up the gut to the 31-yard line, picks up 30 yards in total in this quarter on 5 carries. Good start for Jason Williams. It's a 3rd down and 2 yards to go for Montana. Can they convert as we come to the end of the first quarter of play? Ball is fumbled and Blake Green gets on top of it. Blake Green with a heads-up play picks up a Montana 1st down after Williams let the ball go just past the sticks. A monster hit from El Paso. Trying to see who jarred the ball loose. Couldn't get a number on it. That's the end of the first quarter, and Montana's drive will continue. We have no teams across the midfield line, at least until Montana comes back from the end of the quarter. That pass is caught by Bovine Jr. Okay, back to Montana. 1st down and 10 to start the quarter. Jason Williams on the handoff, past the 20. Good running lanes for Montana, and the Silvertips are in the red zone. Deep shot, Whisker Lafouche is caught on the sideline to the 45-yard line of Florida. Cameron Bailey for 26 yards, and New Orleans has a 1st down. Williams takes the handoff, and he lost a yard, so here we go, 3rd and 4 for Montana. This is where they've really struggled this season. Montana and Florida are the bottom 2 teams in 3rd down conversions in the league. Montana worked on it this week, Florida did not. Florida preparing for some of the best backs in the league over the next few weeks. Boosted linebackers as a part of their game plan instead. Handoff goes to Ray Chapatulis, and she gets nothing. The Florida 44-yard line. Here we go, 3rd down and 4. Green flips it out of the backfield. Not technically a screen, but not exactly what they were looking for there either, as Buchanan catches it for a yard, but Montana will come up empty on the drive. Into the first quarter in Cleveland. Chapatulis only able to pick up 2. Only 19 yards on 7 carries. Florida has been strong against the run much of this season, but trying to make it a staple of the Sharks defense. This is Jaden Swift with a 46-yard touchdown earlier in the game. Gets that carry, his 6th of the day. This is a 37-yard field goal for Montana. That is up and good, and Whisker Lafouche has a 1st down. You know, sometimes I say something on air, and then I don't remember what I said. Just a 37-yard field goal. There we go. So every team so far on game night has scored. Looking down the line on Jaden Swift's run. And they said he didn't get it, so 4th down and 1, Miami gets the stop, and Cleveland will have to punt it away.
We play to win.
Whisker Lafouche running like a madman. 4th carry of the first quarter. That is the end of the first quarter in overcast Florida. 42 yards on 4 carries for Lafouche. New Orleans is on the move. They are the only team beyond the 50. 2nd down, 1 to go. The toss out to Chapatulis, spins away, still cannot get away. Tackled on the hash marks. It's another good play by one of those improved linebackers, Derek Marsh. 3rd down and 2 coming up for New Orleans. Rob Crone going to hand it off to Boletsky. Makes 2 men miss, 3 men miss, 4 men miss, and Bullett's got a 1st down. Impressive run there by Boletsky. There goes Slaughter to the 40-yard line. P.J. Slaughter already up to 11 carries for El Paso. 3rd down and 2. They give it to the bowling ball. Chapatulis has the 1st down to the Florida 22-yard line. Bullet Boletsky, one of the best backs in the league. 1,304 yards, not including his most recent game.
Down. 18 Gator.
As Crone fires, almost picked. That was a brilliant effort from the defender. Lafouche is loose again inside the 10. 56 yards on 5 carries, down to the Florida 8-yard line for New Orleans' 1st down. Back and forth in Daytona Beach. Rob Crone fires it over the middle. It's picked again. Interception by Cleveland. Rob Crone, 6 picks all season, 2 in the 1st half, and neither of his receivers in the area was looking for the football. Lafouche completes that one down to the 4. Cleveland's defense active. The Bandits have really struggled to get anything going defensively. Coming into this game, the Bandits only have 4 interceptions on the season. That is a league low, along with Charlotte. So just as shocking as it is for Rob Crone to throw 2 picks in the 1st half, it's just as shocking that Cleveland has 2 of those picks, and the deep shot down the field, wide open was Beaverhausen, and it's incomplete. Shy Ronnie overthrew it.
Ready. 70. Indy.
Missed opportunity there for Cleveland to step on Miami's throat early on. By the way, what do y'all think of Cleveland's midfield logo? Is it the best in the league? That is sharp. Whisker Lafouche on a 3rd down and goal. Forced to take off and run. Wasn't sure where to go and gets clobbered at the 3.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Florida gets a half stop. 3rd down and 9 for Cleveland. Ronnie against a corner blitz. Got it away. It's caught. They were coming in flying, but Cash Carter makes the play for the 1st down. Field goal from 20 yards away for New Orleans is good. We're all knotted up at 10 in Florida.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
What a throw by Ronnie under pressure. Deep ball is caught. It's a 1st down at the 25-yard line. As Montana's got a 1st down. Jason Williams out of the backfield. Nicely done, picking up 14 yards. That's 14 of Green's 12 in the 1st half. Montana's trailing 3-7. Shy Ronnie fires over the middle. A hospital pass. That's incomplete. Ronnie 4 of 7 for 48 yards. Boyd, what numbers are missing? All of the ones that aren't up there.
Here we go. 50 plant.
That's a lot of them.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Play fake, Ronnie. Dumps it off to Jaden Swift. A lot of space. Oh, Jaden Swift crashed 2 Pirates into one another. That's a red zone trip for Cleveland. That's going to be a PI on El Paso. Watch Jaden Swift, lower left-hand corner. Gets rid of one, and one of them slipped and fell. Beautiful yak from Jaden Swift. Get a 360 on that. As the linebacker over pursued, and Collins took an elbow to the chest.
Go now. 10-2
This is going to be a run from Joe Francis, still on his feet. And they mark him down, I think, for touchdown, Cleveland! They're calling that a touchdown over the middle of the field. That's not our best angle there. I think that was from 8 yards. Did have the ball in the hand closest to the pylon, and that was an 8-yard score, so a duplicate there. I wonder if Miami challenges this. I'm surprised they're not. That was very close down the line, but Cleveland's going to end up with a touchdown, and they take a 14-3 lead over the Miami Pirates. What a start for Cleveland. Another pick and another touchdown. Let's go to El Paso, where Montana's on the move. They're trailing 7-3. $10 super chat from Jesse Fritz. A Cowboy stiff-arming his way to football glory. CJ Zilligan's sports art is in its own league, literally. Appreciate the love and the super chat, Jesse, as Florida pins New Orleans at the 5. Montana is the lone team across the 50 right now, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 11 for Montana with 3:25 to go in the first half. The big storyline at the moment is the number 2 seed in the East, Miami Pirates, down 11. That was nearly an interception for El Paso. Florida and Cleveland trying to scratch and claw their way back into the playoff picture. They would have to win out, you would think, especially with so many teams with 6 wins. One of them is bound to play the other at some point this season, or at least win one game. New Orleans is trying to do that right now, as Chapatulas cannot make anything happen there. 3rd down and 10 coming up for New Orleans. Montana has to punt, and that ball bounces into the end zone. So El Paso will have it with 2:52 to go in the first half. Let's go to New Orleans. 3rd down and 10 for the Claws. Witzke-Lafous standing in his own end zone, fires it out of the backfield. Pretty good route, but it ends up 1 yard short. Penalty marker in Cleveland as Terrell Cooper's got the catch, but a hold on Miami is going to bring it back. Wow, nasty hit from Montana's defense right there. Hope Jr. left his receiver out to dry. 2nd down and 17 for Miami after the holding penalty. It would have been a 1st down for Cooper. That ball is incomplete. Rob Crone, 10 of 17 for 102 yards so far, and now it's 3rd and long. New Orleans has to punt it away. They come up empty. Florida's going to end up with good starting field position at their own 40-yard line. 5:22 to go in Florida, 6:42 to go in Cleveland. A lofting ball is bobbled around and nearly taken away again by Cleveland, and Miami's going to have to come up empty. The holding penalty killed the drive. Look at Pope Jr. go. The grown man's stride for the Desperados, coming off that 34-27 win over Phoenix, where they stopped the Skyhawks at the 1 yard line. We've hit the 2-minute warning. Miami will punt it away. Cleveland on the return. Can Cleveland or New Orleans possibly, or excuse me, Cleveland and Florida possibly win out? The Bandits' last 3 games, Miami, Rochester, Washington. Not necessarily an easy road here for the Bandits, but they're playing pretty well today against Miami, up 14-3 with the football. Florida is down to the New Orleans 35-yard line. El Paso's trying to get more points before the half. That pass is caught down to the Montana 34-yard line for a 1st down. Desperados, 1.5 minutes to go. So that's Cleveland's last 3 games. How about Florida's last 3 games? As Joe Francis drops to throw, fires it to the near side. That's caught by Michael Joseph. Florida's got New Orleans, Austin, Miami. left on the schedule. They've already lost to Miami 16-13. That was just last week in their first meeting of the season. Swift takes the carry, but it's going to be third down for Cleveland. First down and 10 for El Paso, 1:15 to go. Sauce K around the left side has a first down for the Shark. Nope, check that. Third down and 1 coming up. And Florida convert the third and short on the New Orleans 25. Shirani, wide open receiver. First down all the way to the Miami 30, flipping the field. A pickup of 31 yards to Evan Hill.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Cleveland's passing offense is no joke. Their record's 4-9, but Shirani moving up the leaderboards.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a
In
slant.
terms of Cleveland's passing offense as a whole, Cleveland averages more passing yards than any team in the league this season, 310.8. As Swift's up to 81 yards on the ground. Florida did convert the first down and got it to the 2-minute warning to the New Orleans 24. Cleveland's on the Miami 25. Joe Francis with a play action. El Paso's on the Montana 23. That pass is caught. Florida's in the red zone. Elliott Pope Jr. on the carry, slides to the 15-yard line, nearly took a defender with him. El Paso is in the red zone. Cleveland's the last team to enter, but it could be 3 for 3 here on these drives. Swift was dropped for a loss of 1. El Paso's down to 1 timeout. The ball's on the the 15-yard line with 37 seconds to go in the half. The 31st play of the first half for El Paso's offense. Shirani dropping a throw for Cleveland. Will float that one to the sideline. A jump ball is incomplete. Francis on a check down. That's knocked away. And an incomplete pass from El Paso as well. So the clock's stopping all 3 games. Third down and 2. It's fourth down for Cleveland. They're going to have to attempt a field goal from 43 yards away.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
Second down and goal for Florida. Francis from 8 yards out, fires into the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Pope Jr. down to the 8, but they only have 1 timeout, so they got to hurry. Lamont Rutledge with the score. Florida from 8 yards away. I believe 8 yards away with the score, takes the lead. Yep, 8-yard touchdown pass for Florida. They're up 16-10. El Paso, I thought, was going to go into no huddle here. We're looking at the replay down inside the 10. El Paso might just be making sure that they don't score too quickly. Down to 8 seconds to go in the first half. They got to get the snap off before 5. El Paso does just that, perfectly executed. But Pope Jr.'s in a lot of trouble in the backfield. They run out of time. Pope Jr. just needed to get down. He just needed to get down, and El Paso misses out on a potential field goal or touchdown. They got a little bit too cute with the clock, and Montana gets the stop at the end of it. 7-3 Desperados. Florida ends up with the touchdown, and now Miami down 17-3. We'll try to do something with the final 3:37 in the first half.
Ready. 8-3.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
All points are critical for El Paso. They are 2 games back of Houston with 3 to play in the Southwest Division. They are last in the Southwest Division, but still could win it, as Crone's pass is caught on the sideline, picking up 4 yards. Dixon for Montana's been fired up ever since the game got started. He certainly has not quit on the season. And you know what? I'll give Montana credit. Neither have the Silver Tips. Florida, Cleveland, Montana, all their players pretty active and engaged throughout the remainder of the season, even though the chips are down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready.
Go, go.
Bullet Boletsky, lot of room. Good blocking on the outside all the way up to the 49-yard line. 48 yards for Beletsky on 8 carries. Coming up on Wednesday here on Game Night, it looks like our trio of games will be outstanding. Motor City 6-7 at St. Louis 10-3. The Rivermen trying to maintain the #1 record in the Eastern Conference. Motor City in the mess of 6 and 7 teams tied for the 8th and final playoff spot. New Orleans trying to get points before the half up to their own 46-yard line. Miami trying to get points before the half. Pump fake from Crone, looking for someone to get open. Hit as he throws, and the pass is underthrown. Knocked into the air, and caught. What a play! What a play by Buck Wild! Touchdown, Miami! Absurd! Rob Crone hit as he threw, and the ball is knocked up in the air by the Bandits. Both players missed the football, and Buck Wild scores the touchdown. I have chills. Wild's 10th touchdown of the season, and Miami is down by just 8. Extra point is good. Man, the Miami Pirates, that was a 51-yard touchdown. The Miami Pirates have won 3 overtime games this season, and they can also add that touchdown to their resume this season. My, oh my. Let's go back to Florida, where the Claws have 29 seconds and 1 timeout on the Florida 40-yard line.
Let's go. 60-yard.
A trio of receivers off the left side for Lafouche. Going to throw it to Chapatulis, get him into field goal range. Down to with about 23 seconds left, so I think New Orleans will get another playoff. They're at the 28-yard line. Lafouche is 11 of 13, but does have a pick in the first half. We'll see if New Orleans can get one more playoff. They are in field goal range. As Elliott Pope Jr. fires down the field, first down for El Paso. 9 of 12 for 97 yards is Pope. Down to 8, down to 7. New Orleans needs to snap it. New Orleans does not get the snap off, and they will take the points there. Deep shot for Cleveland, trying to answer back Miami's touchdown. Can't get anything going there. It's a quick 3rd down and 10. Pope Jr. on the slide up to the 47-yard line. They've already started the 3rd quarter in El Paso. 43 has not been called. Shy Ronnie, 3rd and 10, in trouble, and gets whacked across the face. 4th and 20 coming up. Miami takes a timeout. 45-yard field goal for New Orleans is good. The 40s are hitting here today, although not 43. Field goal is good, so New Orleans gets 3 points off the drive. 17-13 Florida is on top of New Orleans. Miami's going to get another chance to score again before the half. That Buck Wild tip pass catch has given them new life. Oh, did Cleveland get a 43-yard field goal? I may have missed that. Let me back it up a little bit. Oh, you guys are correct. Nothing gets past the chat. 43 also off the board. Tony D's in the house. Miami is up to nearly another first down. That's the end of the first half in Florida. The last game, as that pass is off the hands of the intended receiver for El Paso. The last game in the first half is Cleveland. 1:18 to go. Miami's got the football on a 2nd down and inches. Rob Crone on a check down, throws a pick. Picked off. Boss Cameron. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cleveland has had 4 interceptions all season. They have 3 in the first half. Pick 6. Rob Crone's got 3 turnovers, and Miami's back down 2 scores. El Paso's in the red zone. Cleveland was one of 6 teams in the UFL this season that did not have an interception return for a touchdown. They just got one. The official return yards on the pick 6 is 42. 42. Man, if you had a card full of 40s, this is your night. El Paso's in the red zone. This is their 41st offensive play. Elliott Pope Jr. fires down to the near side of the 5-yard line. Joe Francis going long for Florida. Whoa, man, Mark Anthony almost stole it out of the sky. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. 3rd down and 3 for El Paso. Up 7-3. Handoff. Slaughter got the first, but not the touchdown. Averaging 3.4 yards a carry. 1st and goal at the 1 for the Desperados. Still 1:06 to go in the first half in Cleveland. Rob Crone and Miami going to try to answer back. From the 1, Slaughter is stuffed. How about that from Montana's defense? For the 2nd time today, New Orleans is pinned at their own 5-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 1. Pope Jr. wide open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Desperados. Jordan Herrera. Buck Wild just had to swat that away. As Crone overthrew it just a bit. Miami trying to make anything happen. They had all that momentum just before the half, and then the pick 6 really threw him for a loop. Lafouche overthrows his intended target. A rare misfire for Lafouche, who's 11 of 14. Whisker Lafouche has the 3rd best completion percentage in the league. Completes 72.4% of his passes. The extra point for El Paso is up and good, and they take a 14-3 lead over the Silvertips. El Paso taking care of business right now. Trying to get to 6 and 8. That would put them a game and a half back of their division and a game and a half back of a wild card playoff spot with 2 to play. Precarious positioning even with a win for El Paso. Somehow that ball is caught for New Orleans, but it's 1 yard shy of the sticks. So Florida is going to get the football back. And do my eyes deceive me, or was there, is Cleveland still in the first half? They have 1 timeout left on their own 22-yard line. 43 seconds left. Miami has 2 timeouts. They had to punt the football as Cleveland's trying to pile on here. New Orleans going to have to punt. Shirani looking for more. Deep ball down the field, wide open to the 47-yard line, but just 1 timeout left. What can Cleveland realistically do here? Carrick Randall, who is unclaimed a top 25 receiver in the UFL at tight end, just down the seam all alone. That was Micah Steiner, who was in coverage in his first game. Maybe still learning the playbook a little bit.
Ready, ready. 10 logo. Mike.
Joe Francis going to toss it. That's incomplete. Ronnie over the middle. That's caught. That might be enough for field goal range. Cleveland to the Miami 30. Annie Beaverhausen with the catch, and Cleveland's going to get a chance for even more points before the break. Timeout Bandits, they burn their last one. A 47-yard field goal coming up. Montana's got a first down, as Joe Francis has Florida into scoring position after you tack on the face mask penalty. Sharks on the move. 47-yard field goal to finally end the first half in Cleveland. That kick is good. Cleveland scored, I think, 61 points in the last 6 quarters. The Bandits are on fire, and we finally reached the first half there. Let's go to Florida. Mark Anthony almost dragged a defender into the end zone down to the 1-yard line. We're mentioning our game night block on Wednesday. Motor City in St. Louis, Houston at Denver. You don't think that Rene Leon, taking on his former team, doesn't want to beat the Avengers and keep their lead in the Southwest? And how about everybody else? El Paso, Austin, and Phoenix hoping that Denver can pull the upset. That's going to be a monster game here on game night on Wednesday. Sauce K from the 1-yard line cannot get in. And then finally, we have New York and Washington, which was one of the best games of the season, unless you're a New York fan. A wild game. The last time they played that game's in Washington, and the Knights are basically playing for their season. Hand off to K, slipped a tackle, touchdown Florida, they're up by 10. (23-13), Sauce from 1 yard out. K's got his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Blake Green, deep ball, that is caught. Red zone trip for Montana. Knocking on the door, K. Marion, 8 of 11 for 72 yards. A 33-yard catch. Marion had 1 catch for 72 yards in last week's game. I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine here with you. 24-13, Florida leads by 11. That would currently constitute as an upset, a 2.5-point dog at home. Cleveland, a 6.5-point dog at home, is up by 17 over the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, Miami, and they have the football. Montana, as that pass is incomplete, is a 5.5-point road dog to El Paso. That game is almost to the end of the 3rd quarter. It is flying by. And Montana's at the 8-yard line on 2nd down and goal. Blake Green trying to get Montana their first win since May the 8th. Jason Williams down to the 2-yard line. 82 yards on 20 carries. New Orleans gets the football back. They are down 11 now.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
3rd and goal at the 2. Can Montana punch it in? They'll have to go all the way to the other end of the field. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Another route inside, wide open for Cleveland. Evan Hill. They are burning Miami in between the hash marks. First down, Cleveland. 3rd and goal at the 2. They hand it off to Williams. He is stopped from behind. A diving play made by B.J. McDonald. Lower right-hand corner, watch McDonald fly in to make the play and likely hold Montana to 3 points. Let's go to Cleveland, where the Bandits are across the 50 again. Dump off, picks up 4. 4th and goal at the 1. Montana's just going to take the points. 18-yard chip shot is good. 6 is off the board. 18 is off the board.
Don't get nervous. Be crippled.
Cleveland's got another first down. This is unbelievable. Shy Ronnie on fire. Cleveland up to the Miami 20. Just like Kane said in the chat earlier, where have the Bandits been all season long? Ronnie, play fake. Floats it over the middle. That pass is incomplete. You know, Cleveland did this to Rochester too, who's number 3 in the Eastern Conference. They bludgeoned them 31-17 back on June 22nd and then got hammered by New Orleans. This Cleveland team also has a win over Fresno, who's 6-7. Ronnie, 2nd down and 10. Play fake. Look at the time. Ronnie all day. Fires. Touchdown, Cleveland. Beaverhausen. The Bandits up by 23. And you see Rip Cubey hit Ronnie late and backed off, said, don't throw a penalty on me. Whisker Lafouche trying to get the first down. 3rd and 5. Didn't get there. 4th and 1 decision coming up for New Orleans. Extra point is good for Cleveland. 34's off the board. They are pouring it on. Miami's losses, 11 points, 5 points, 1 point, 7 points. They are down by more than double their worst loss right now. 4th down and 1, New Orleans is going for it. It's going to be a Lafouche pass. Lafouche dropped. Oh my goodness, New Orleans drops it. That is remarkable. Wide open. Hit him in the face. "12 of 17, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns for Joe Francis." Skippy Curtis, 199 Super Chat says, "My dad says your shirt looks weird." You're weird. Shirt looks awesome. Couldn't wear it any better. First down for Florida at the New Orleans 45-yard line. PJ Slaughter breaking off tackles, got a couple of yards. 9:36 to go in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 10. This is a big moment in this game in El Paso. Florida's across the 50. Miami's looking for some kind of momentum. They will go for 2, down 24 in the 2nd half. Elliott Pope Jr., 3rd down and 10. Gotta have it, dumps it short. Montana gets the stop. The Silvertips have a shot with 9 minutes to go. Sauce K on the rumble down to the 34-yard line. Florida's got a first down. They're trying to put away the Claws, keep themselves and their slim hopes alive in the very crowded Eastern Conference wildcard race. So El Paso's got a punt. We'll go back to Daytona Beach, where Florida has the ball at the New Orleans 34-yard line. The handoff goes to K. Look at Sauce K into the red zone for a first down. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. .8:33 to go in the 4th. Blake Green fires it. That is complete to the 29-yard line. And Rob Crone is sacked on 3rd down and 9. 1st and 10 for Florida. Francis, whoa, threw that one away. Didn't feel like he had time to let the route develop. If he had another second, he would have had a wide open receiver. Montana starting their drive here with 8 minutes to go. Green is sub 100 passing yards. But Montana's down just 8. Play fake, Francis hit as he threw, pass caught. Anthony is 1 yard shy again of a score. He could have 3 today. First and goal at the 1 yard line. Desperation time coming up for Florida as Williams gets the reception, but not a lot of room on the outside. Shy Ronnie, 14 of 22, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Jaden Swift on the run, nothing doing there. Miami needs a stop. First and goal at the 1 again for Florida. To make it a 3-score game, Sauce K, touchdown. 3rd and 11, and Montana throws short of the sticks. 4th and 5, K. Marion on the catch. The frustrations on 3rd down for Montana continue. They'll have to punt and play defense. Florida and Cleveland, 2 4-9 teams with slim playoff hopes, dominating at home right now over New Orleans and Miami. One playoff hopeful and one who has already clinched a playoff spot. And you almost wonder, as Florida's now up to 31, oh, Miami down that at the 1 yard line. That was exceptional. Remember, lower right-hand corner, it's when you first make contact with the football, and that happened at the 1. You almost wonder if Miami was maybe looking past Cleveland a little bit. They've already clinched a playoff spot. They have Dakota and a rematch with Florida remaining on the schedule. Miami already has a top 4 spot in hand, but man, coming in, they were just a game back of St. Louis for the number 1 seed. An opportunity to really do some damage in the East, and Rob Crone's played his worst game of the season. Let's go to El Paso. That game has the least time remaining. 6:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Montana needs a stop. Pope Jr. over the middle. That pass is caught to the 13-yard line. First down. 3 has been called, Tony. Hand off to Ray Chapatulas of New Orleans. Still just a tough one to bring down. Pope Jr. sacked in the backfield. We're down to 5:26 to go in the 4th. 2nd and 16 for El Paso. This is Montana's moment. Tony D, what's your ID number? Let us get you that reward. I think that's Homer J of St. Louis. Is that right? 2nd down and 2 for Miami. Coming up on the end of the 3rd. They're still down by 24, but moving the football to the Cleveland 43-yard line. 2nd and 16 for El Paso. Montana needs a stop. Pope Jr. on a check down, and not much there, but a good effort to get 7 out of that. McCreary, I believe. 3rd and 10 for the Desperados. Crone over the middle. That might have been his best ball of the day. Terrell Cooper, who's been really quiet with that grab. Just 2 catches for 18 yards. And Pope Jr.'s going long on 3rd down and 10. It is caught by Jordan Herrera. Jordan Herrera. Exceptional body control on the deep shot. Just drove a dagger potentially into Montana as Pope gave it all he had. Can we get a better look at that? We're not going to get a zoomed in look on that. That was an incredible catch from Herrera. Miami's down to the Cleveland 22-yard line. There goes McCreary, near a first down for El Paso up to the Montana 22-yard line. Oh my goodness, first down for Miami. Deep shot, Rob Crone, wide open, Buck Wild, touchdown from 22. Miami's not dead. A couple of moon balls. Look at Wild right before the end zone as LaFouche is sacked. They've started the fourth quarter in Florida, but it's gotten ugly as the Sharks look for win number 5 on the season. El Paso down to the red zone, down to the 5, 2:27 left. LaFouche way overthrows an intended target interception, Florida. The wheels for the second straight week for New Orleans have fallen off. 2-point conversion for Miami to make it a 2-score game. Back of the end zone, that is no good. They're saying no good. So 16 is the score that holds. Another timeout for Montana. We got a lot to catch up on. I haven't missed the Yugos. Look at Francis's updated numbers. Cooper was the intended target. They said he didn't get both feet in. It's still a 3-score game with 1:15 to go in the third in Cleveland. All eyes on El Paso right now. They're up 8 with 2:23 to go in the fourth. Toss play, great block, touchdown, Desperados. They go up 2 scores. Slaughter lays the hammer. And the Desperados are 2 minutes away from 6 and 8. All right, in reverse order here. We got Evan Wood. Hugo card 14, bottom row, that is confirmed. We've got ID 31, that's Tony D. Bottom row, that is confirmed. We've got Annie on card 3. Middle row, that is confirmed. So there you go, we got 3 so far. Cleveland's got the football back in the late stages of the third quarter. That game has the most amount of time remaining. Montana now with just 2 minutes and 19 seconds and 1 timeout. Nobody trailing currently has the football. Joe Francis is airing it out deep. That pass is incomplete. There's a penalty marker on the play. Oh, big hit on Swift in the backfield. Dexter Murdoch comes flying through. So 3rd down and 13 coming up for Cleveland as Miami looks for a stop. El Paso touchdown was 3 yards away, so just a duplicate number there. Francis dropping that off on 2nd down and long. Michael Joseph to the 40. Montana has got to be just sick to their stomach. That game was 14-6. It was 3rd down and 10. Elliott Pope Jr. to Jordan Herrera deep. 1-on-1, and Herrera was just the better player. Deep shot, Shy Ronnie, incomplete. Thought she had another one. 2:16 left for Montana. Blake Green dropping a throw, caught over the middle. Still sub 100 passing yards for Blake Green in this game. I would say at this point in the season, Montana has the least talented roster. They're going to need a lot of work in the offseason. Florida's got a punt. Cleveland has to punt. Florida, for the 3rd time in the game, pins New Orleans inside their own 5-yard line. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Miami's down 18 points. They got a lot of work to do. As that pass is hauled into the 47-yard line. Excellent grab. The Silvertips finally over 100 passing yards. That's Cedric Patrick, the tight end, with 1:45 to play in that ballgame. Rob Crone fires it to Boletsky, but not much doing there. I think Miami will be in no huddle the entire quarter. New Orleans in no man's land. Inside the 5-yard line, down 18. Ray Chapatulis will not be denied to the 8-yard line. Crone's pass is caught. Receiver's going to come back for it. That's Drennan. No gain on the play. Blake Green. All kinds of time to throw for Montana, but nobody's open. He just throws it away. LaFouche fires to the sideline. That is complete to the 23. 3rd down and 10, Miami. Got to keep it alive. Deep ball is way overthrown. I don't know if Buck Wild got pressed or what, but that is the 4th pick. Oh, El Paso, what a play. Back-to-back picks here on game night. The El Paso one much more impressive. Look at this diving effort by the Desperados defense. Wow, that's exceptional. That is exceptional. Dixon goes up for it. The ball gets knocked out of his hands from behind. El Paso's going to put this to bed. New Orleans down the middle, incomplete. Cleveland had 4 interceptions all season long. They have 4 interceptions in this game. A remarkable story and an epic flop from the Pirates here on Sunday night. Whisker LaFouche, 2nd and 10. Pass caught down the sideline, got 9. And stop the clock with 6:25 to go temporarily. Swift's got a first down for Cleveland. 10:30 left in that ball game.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go, defense.
Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith coming up on prime time as New Orleans has a first down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Claws losing would put them at 6 and 8 behind Motor City, Wichita, and Tennessee for that final playoff spot in the Great East Conference. Tennessee is poised for a primetime game against Rochester on Wednesday night. Motor City takes on St. Louis also on Wednesday. That's a very tough game at St. Louis, who's undefeated. And then Wichita does not play until the last block of the week. Tuesday, August 12th, they host Dallas. So all 3 of those teams with games against the top 5 in the Eastern Conference. And so New Orleans had a golden opportunity to take care of business here and potentially have the 8th spot going into week 16, but they let a chance slip away. It is over in El Paso. Rip Cubey with the tackle. Time is ticking away on Miami, however. No huddle for New Orleans. Final score in El Paso. The Desperados are 6 and 8. They are right in this thing. The scary thing about El Paso right now is what they have already done in the division to earn tiebreakers. LaFouche with 4.5 to go, looks a little exhausted. Lost the ball! Picked up by Florida. I think New Orleans has had enough. Whisker LaFouche definitely looked gassed as he took off and run. He forgot to slide, and oy vey. 3rd down and long. Cleveland just cares about the time running down. Miami gets the stop, but sub 8 minutes going on in that game right now. El Paso has beaten Phoenix. They split the season series with Phoenix. They have beaten Houston and they have beaten Austin. But El Paso has Houston and Austin in their last 2 games of the season, coming up on August 21st and September 5th as Kay gets the first down. So El Paso, even though they're 6 and 8, they almost essentially control their destiny in the division as long as Houston does not reach 9 wins. That punt goes out of bounds at the 5, 7:42 to go in the 4th quarter, keeping Yugos alive. We've got 25 called numbers today. And actually, we may have a 4th Yugo. Don has card 27. And at the top row, that is good. 4 today. Always a good day.
90 Wolf.
3:25 to go in Florida, 7:40 to go in Cleveland, and both of those games are 18-point margins right now. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith standing by for the 9-4 Vegas Devils and the 6-7 Fresno Bobcats, two playoff contenders who are both in the wild card race right now, as Rob Crone's pass is caught to the 32-yard line. Are both on losing streaks, in need of a win. It feels like must-win territory as Buck Wild's got a first down for Miami. You know they're not going to go down easy, and they still have 7 minutes left in the game. Rob Crone dropping a throw. He's going to take a deep shot. Crone had Buck Wild wide open and underthrew him. Oh my goodness. 2 minutes left in Florida. The Sharks have the football. Florida's going 5-9. 6:53 to go in the fourth. Crone underthrows Buck Wild. This time will dump it off to Boletsky. Again, if you're just joining us, the storyline of the day: Cleveland 4 interceptions all season, least in the league. Had 4 tonight against Miami. Rob Crone had only thrown 6 interceptions all season. That was second best in the league. As that pass sails on him out of bounds. 4th down, Miami. They got to go for it. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith kneeling by for the bottom of the hour. 54 of you watching here on game night as Cleveland tries to cap off what would be one of the biggest upsets of the season. Rob Crone on 4th down has got to convert, and does. First down to the Cleveland 45-yard line. Tiberius Bovine Jr. on the catch. 5 catches for 35 yards for Bovine. Whisker LaFouche dropping a throw. That pass is caught to the 41-yard line. New Orleans not giving up either. 1:25 to play. 6:25 left in Cleveland. Hugo players wondering if they're going to get another number here. There goes Crone. Deep shot again. And it's dropped incomplete. Drennan was the intended target this time. Laid out for it and couldn't come down with it. 6:16 to go in the fourth quarter for Miami. Crone has the right idea. This one over the middle. That is caught down to the 34-yard line by TJ Drennan, but that'll waste some more time. New Orleans has a minute left. LaFouche 20 of 28, but that's another second half dud from the Claws. From the 34-yard line, Crone down the middle, caught, broken tackle down to the 6. LaFouche, deep ball, down to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. Red zone trip for New Orleans, red zone trip for Miami. Both teams down 18. Crone to throw. Crone, end zone, touchdown. LaFouche, end zone, touchdown. From 6 and 7 yards out, respectively. Waters with the score, 34-22. New Orleans makes it 31-19 as both teams cut the deficit to 12 in mere seconds.
The kicker on for the point after.
Miami's extra point is up and good. That gives you 23 with 5.5 remaining. Extra point for New Orleans is good. 31-20 is the score there, but only 21 seconds left in that game. 5.5 left in Cleveland. Onside kick coming for New Orleans. Miami can kick it deep. You hear the Shark siren in Florida. Those fans have been treated to an excellent performance by their hometown team. So has the Cleveland fans. Bandits trying to hold on against the high-powered Miami Pirates.
60 Pittsburgh.
This would be the second straight home win for Cleveland after losing their 4 straight at home. They would improve to 3-4 on the season. They host Washington the last week of the season on August 27th. The last night of the regular season is scheduled for Friday, September 5th, as Ronnie's pass is caught for a first down. No chill from Cleveland. The final night of the UFL season includes currently El Paso at Austin, Florida at Miami, Denver at Albuquerque, and Tennessee at Dallas. And you got to figure at least 3 of those games are going to have dramatic impacts on the playoff picture. We've talked about Tennessee a lot tonight. They are not playing, but they are the current 8th seed at 6-7. They have Rochester, Milwaukee, and Dallas left. That is not an easy road. Cleveland mathematically is not out yet. Neither is Florida. They're both 5-9 as long as Cleveland holds on to a win. By the way, Hugo has closed. Because the last team in the playoffs is 6-7 right now, conceivably Cleveland and Florida could get to 7-9 and make things really interesting as Kay has dropped for a loss. Timeout New Orleans. They are out of timeouts.
Ready.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Florida will be 4th down, so the Sharks will have to punt. This is on rollout. That stops the clock. That was a 3rd down play. Well, it's Steiner with the tackle to force Cleveland out of bounds, and Miami is going to get the football back. You can never sleep on the Miami Pirates. Cleveland unable to chew the clock. And the Bandits will have to punt again. This punt angle to the sideline beautifully, out of bounds at the 8. Hail Mary from Whisker Lafouche into a crowd. That ball is tipped up in the air and incomplete. And New Orleans will come up empty. They miss out on an opportunity to get to 7-7 and get beyond the pack in the East, but they fall to 6-8. It's anybody's game at the bottom of the wild card in the Eastern Conference. And whoever finishes at that 8th seed, it looks like they might have to go to St. Louis as the Rivermen pull a game and a half ahead of the Miami Pirates for the #1 spot in the Great East Conference. St. Louis plays Motor City on Wednesday, and then their last 2 games of the season at Vegas and at Wichita. St. Louis will try to complete an undefeated 8-0 home regular season. As Rob Crome, with under 3 to play, will try to get Miami back in this football game. 2:50 to go in the 4th. They're going to try to hold on to those timeouts as long as they can.
Faster.
In the no huddle with the 10-second runoff. Anthony, if you're not following us on our Instagram, we'll have updates there for sure. And we'd love to get some content out about the MVP race and playoff scenarios and all that good stuff. But stats come first. We got to make sure that our stats are up to date on the website. We're getting that accomplished as soon as possible. Rob Crone from his 34-yard line dumps it off to Bovine, but that'll be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time is against the Pirates. They have dug themselves a significant hole.
Hey, let's go.
Come on, let's get there.
2-minute warning in Cleveland.
Gotta get this stop. Let's have a sense of urgency.
If Fresno wins, does Salt Lake clinch the division? That is correct.
Ready, set.
Salt Lake would clinch the division. They have already clinched a playoff spot. Vegas plays Salt Lake the last game of the season, and that could be for their playoff lives if that scenario were to come to fruition, because they would fall to 9-5 in that scenario. And with Portland and San Jose creeping up, hey, you never know. Third down and 12, Miami to keep the drive alive. That pass was almost knocked into the hands of Buck Wild, and it's fourth down for Miami with 1:38 left. Sure, Jesse. You know, we have to publish unbiased things on our site. 114 yards and 2 touchdowns for Sauce K. Indeed, a very good day at the office.
Ready up.
4th and 12. This looks to be it for Miami. Can they convert another 4th down? Crone's pass down the field is dropped. Incomplete, looking for Buck Wild. Miami still has all 3 timeouts. But the Cleveland Bandits look like they might hold on to this thing. And while we have a moment and we're wrapping up game night here tonight, I want to ask everybody in the chat what they thought of the first UFL season on the field. What do you guys think of as you look at the standings and you just ponder how the season has gone? I'm going to get your thoughts in the chat, and I'll read them out here as presumably Miami's going to burn some timeouts and we'll have a little bit of time.
On the set.
I know that I have very much enjoyed the season, but we've got a lot of work on here in the UFL for season 2 in 2026. There's a lot more things we want to accomplish as Jaden Swift has another first down. But I think overall, the on-field product has been our shining star. We've had a lot of competitive games this season. It feels like any team can win on any given day, outside of maybe a couple. I mean, Chicago's 2-11. They've lost 8 straight games. We've got some stuff to clean up, some logistics to clean up off the field, but I think we're off to a strong start here, and that's thanks to all of you. Hugo was a game changer for engagement. I agree. I'm really pleased that we brought that in, and you're going to see more of Hugo, probably some SFL integration to it as well as we make this a virtual football network event, as we try to get as many people in here to watch as good a football as we possibly can produce on this network. Jaden Swift dropped in the backfield. Miami is down to 0 timeouts. Cleveland might get a field goal or another score out of this. Mike thinks the broadcasters are awesome. What do you want to see more of in 2026 out of the UFL? Good to hear, Evan. That's one of the more logistically challenging parts of the UFL, giving that control and ability of how to improve yourselves, trying to get you the best analytics and the best data we can to help make those educated decisions, so you're not just throwing darts at a dartboard. More broadcasters, says Mike Downs. He doesn't even know what that means. Trying to take an assignment seriously for once, Mike. 36-yard field goal for Cleveland. That'll make it 37-23, so we're not done just yet. Boy, Miami almost blocked it. That would have been a mess for Cleveland, but the Bandits' field goal is good, 37-23. And I want to see for Cleveland, is that a season high in points? No, they had 38 last week. I misspoke earlier. I thought they had 34. Well, yeah, they follow up their season high in points last week, 38, with 37 tonight against Miami. Very impressive. Bad weather, snow, hard wind, more weather games. Hey, I would love more weather games. We use real-time weather here. Before every game, we look at AccuWeather. Type in the city and see what the weather looks like, whether it's wind or rain or snow or anything like that. So those are always fun. 38 seconds left. Unless Miami makes a dramatic comeback, Cleveland is going to pull one of the biggest upsets of the season. They were 6.5-point dog. Ezra Swift, Jaden Swift, Cash Carter, Andy Beaverhausen, Shy Ronnie holding it down in Cleveland. You see Rob Crone's disappointing numbers today. Still had 327 yards.
60 outlaw.
Kane says games have been highly entertaining. Schemes and gameplay is more relatable to what you in the fall from live leagues. This could be outsourced, but I wouldn't mind seeing more lineups. Yes, I agree, Kane. Our content lacked throughout the course of the season. Very disappointed about that, and hoping to get something better revved up for 26. And in the playoffs, we'll definitely have more time as a league, because remember, every team in the playoffs wins, and so there are no further adjustments. It's all about you-goes and boosts and drops and the final push to the playoffs, as Cleveland has put this one to bed. 37-23. Weekend afternoon games, Josh. Not a bad idea. I'd like to see some more matinees myself. I think it's a fun format for matinees. That's it. Cleveland beat Miami. You know what's coming. Cue the outro. Okay, folks, what a game night. What a start to Week 15. No games finished as one-score games, but they were all very entertaining. Florida tops New Orleans 31-20. Cleveland holds on to beat Miami 37-23, and El Paso with a miraculous catch from Jordan Herrera got the Desperados in scoring position to put Montana away 21-6. Cleveland, Florida, and El Paso, all home teams winning today, all keeping their slim playoff hopes alive. What a phenomenal day for those three squads. I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. This has been a presentation of the Virtual Football Network, and from all of us at the UFL, we'll see you back here for game night on Wednesday night. It is Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith from California in prime time tonight. A monster game. The 9-4 Vegas Devils, the 6-7 Fresno Bobcats. Fresno and Vegas trying to stop the slide in the wild card race out west. Have a great night, everybody, and continue to enjoy UFL action coming up next.